Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, Dokkan Fest Raditz, remember I would still maintain I think this is the worst character Dokkan has ever released. Raditz is a Dokkan Festival exclusive character. It's, run the credit card and you can get the character and use them, all that type of stuff, right? Raditz was, I think, the worst we've ever seen. Now, I mean, if we want to include EZAs in this, as I've said many times, I actually think STR Jiren is probably the worst EZA of all time. I think probably. STR Jiren, well, I mean, not even just EZA, but I think character overall of all time, I'd probably say STR Jiren's EZA. But the thing is that Raditz was a new summonable character, and he was this bad, and a Dokkan Fest exclusive. So it's just like this type of character should never have been bad like this. So this was a heavily anticipated EZA. I would say they did a good job. They made him good. Now, I mean, is good enough? Debatable. Certainly, I think they could have just if they were really smart, they would have made Raditz an aberration, top 1 or 2 in the game level. He, if he was on par with LR Majin Vegeta and LR UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I think that would actually be huge, because it would just lead to so much excitement for players. Now, as he is, I think he's very good. Probably somewhere around a top 10 TUR. He could do some good stuff, Raditz. Right, so I figured just seeing what people's thoughts are on this, with Raditz, becoming a pretty good EZA. I wanted to see how people would react to that. Now remember, there is one negative here, kind of a big negative that we do have for Raditz, and that is this, which is the only 220% lead that Raditz has, is the Dokkan Fest Vegeta Nappa character that just came out. So it's not like Raditz has got a ton of teams. He just has the one team where he could be, super effective on. So let's see what people say. Oh, okay. Yeah, literally the first reply. Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, if you don't have the Vegeta and Nappa, it's going to be limited in how effective he could be. That is true, right? I think they did him justice. He could have been better. Been less restricted to Saiyan Saga. Well, okay. It's not really so bad, because I assume Nappa's just referring to the Vegeta and Nappa part of it. But really, all you need is a Vegeta. 99% of fights is, really tough fights are one enemy. Right? So as long as you have a Vegeta, you'll have this portion of the passive active. And then facing one enemy is very common. You'd have this part up, right? If we were specifically going to do one of those fights that have multiple enemies, at that point we would have to make sure to have a Nappa on the team, but it's not the end of the world. And one thing I would say, remember, EZAs usually are meant to support, the big Dokkan Fest. It's only, y'all know what I'm going to say, the anniversary Dokkan Fest LRs. Their EZAs typically are kind of on a different standard. But most of these EZA TURs, they're designed to help a new Dokkan Fest. So in Majin Vegeta, I would say they kind of did a bad job of that with this guy. He's very good, but it's just the intro condition is a little annoying with a Trunks. So I don't know, I've found running a Daima Goku team, mini Goku, with both Majin Vegetas and then getting Future Gohan and Trunks. That's been my favorite setup. We can toy around with the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks as well, although I think they can get caught. Pan is perfect to help the LR Super Saiyan 4s. Pan was a great character for them to drop right there. Right, so again, we're just looking at EZA TURs and how they're meant to help the new characters. Orange, Piccolo, Ultimate Gohan, and the Gammas, all 4 of them designed to help these boys out. Future Gohan and Trunks, right? It's just a thing that we constantly see, right? Remember all these, this guy was kind of, I think he's a little ass. He's better if the fight is longer, but then these androids were designed to help 16. We kind of know how this stuff goes at this point, right? Might get even stronger with the Part 2 LR, that's true. And Saiyan Saga does look good, yeah. Demon on the team feels strong as he should have been when he first came out, yeah. Because remember, it was, Red Zone was a thing, and Raditz was certainly not dominating Red Zone. Dead by Daylight has a Blood Moon event right now where you get 6 times the blood points. Wait, for real? Wait, 6 times? That does sound pretty intriguing. So I do like my Dead by Daylight. I do follow Dead by Daylight. Sometimes I kind of fall off, and I'm not really following Dead by Daylight as close. Sometimes I do. That's why it's funny. I do like it being like separate, like kind of like an ongoing game that's separate from like the Dragon Ball sphere. So especially too, I see like, there's, the devs do really stupid stuff where they release some character that's not really so good. And it's like, yeah, like I have visions of Dokkan, right? I was playing Dead by Daylight, last month. I actually have to lock in. I completely missed what the killer from Stranger Things does. Whatever. Vecna or whatever it is. I think that's what this character, the first, is supposed to be. I still actually have to do that, but I did use the new Survivor. Got that stuff pretty easily. I like to keep up with the Dead by Daylight trophies here and there. By the way, if you guys are curious, this game was not that good. Casting of Frank Stone, oh my goodness, was that shit annoying as hell. That's interesting. 6 times a lot. Can I give some glaze shine to my Go EZA Int Merge Zamasu? So much fun using him back then. The problem with EZA Int Zamasu is that I thought his kit was really good. But he had a weakness. And that would be, like AoEs or if he got locked. And then they EZA'd him and dropped him in a meta where every fucking fight had AoEs and locking. So, I think him and STR Pan are victims of the meta they were in. Like, they had good kits, but they were victims of their meta. Like, really bad for them, unfortunately. Check my box. I don't have him. What the hell? Raditz? Let's double check this. Raditz, huh? I'm going to assume Kachentite is a global player. It's just an assumption. Is that a dumb assumption to make? All right, so we're looking at new character banners. I'm not counting... Raditz was on... Okay, so Vegeta and Nappa, right? So a lot of people probably didn't summon on them. See, these types of, like, ticket banners and shit, we're not counting these. Oh my god, dude, this is 2023? The fuck? No, this is probably the 2024 worldwide, like, banners, right? That's got the Broly. This has to be the Broly movie worldwide banners, maybe? Wow, Gohan and fucking Piccolo. That's so crazy. That's a long time. Yeah, because on global... This was, February? It's fine, dude, I'm so, like, trophy tapped right now. I remember this character came out when I was playing Spider-Man for the first time. And then they came out on Global when I was playing Final Fantasy 16. Like, I'm able to connect the dots like that. Yeah, okay. But that's, Gohan and Piccolo are a long time ago. And then, this is not God Goku's banner. This is, I think this is just, like, a global extra type banner. But he was on God Goku's actual banner. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, this is this March of 2023 right here. So it makes sense. Raditz hasn't been around for a while, yeah. Another unit that might be better than Goma. Okay. Listen. Let's not say very dumb things here, okay? Goma is a top 5 level character. And that's that. What's funny is I remember one time I said, like, if anyone ever calls a character a skill check character, it means they suck. Except I feel like Goma might be a skill check character, apparently. Who knew? Very good, no longer meme. This is what he should have been on release, yep. How wrong some Dokkan Twitter people are. Because people were upset about his EZA details. I feel like Dokkan Twitter has somehow gotten worse about judging characters, right? Like, it's really bad. Like, I've had some hits and misses with that, like, pre-release and stuff like that, but, like, bro, load into Dokkan Twitter on an EZA details day, and it's like, you would think that they have dropped 70 consecutive worst of all time EZAs, when what's actually happening is they're hitting on almost every single one, right? EZA. Like, Raditz is a hit. Majin Vegeta is a hit. Super EZA Int UI Goku is a hit. The free-to-play Babidi, do I count him? He's a hit, though. The 8th anniversary LRs are a hit, although I do wish that they were, mostly this guy was a little bit better, but whatever. The blues, I mean, if you really want to push me into a miss, I could go there. They're not the worst of all time, but, I mean, mid, right? Pan is a huge hit. Blue Vegeta was a hit, right? These guys are both a hit. Gohan frustrates me, but he's a fucking hit. Trunks, I think, is a hit. Probably an underrated character. I think Orange Piccolo is a hit. I know people wish he would have been better, but he's good. Ultimate Gohan is a hit. The Gammas are a hit. This is the one who I hate this guy. Right? But, like, here's my point is, like, these days, Dokkan doesn't really drop stinker characters. I really am not a fan of Wrath Broly as time goes on. But, like, I don't know. Feel like they held back a bit. I mean, yeah, you could vaguely say that about most EZAs, right? Wanting more for him makes sense, though. Like, I did, too. I thought, like, if they just made him, like, top 5, like, it'd be so crazy. Don't think it would have hurt to have him be a slot 1 demon. He is. It's not unconditional forever slot 1, but, like, he can go slot 1. Like, like, he can. He's got that in him. He sure does. Worst Dokkan Fest in terms... I don't think that's true. I don't know if that's true. In terms of revenue, probably not actually true. I think Kale performed much worse than Raditz, right? Like, just as an example. His band unit was better. Yeah, I remember Nappa did feel much better than Raditz when they came out. Yep. This is the Geppy era. Yeah, Raditz. Dude, this was the shot of a pitiful loser. Now, he's got a little bit of aura to him. Purpose and hard fights. Even Parker about like him being included on teams. Yeah. I like his setup for sure. Yep. This shot does low-key go pretty hard, right? Where it's just like this focus on Raditz. Also, we do got to talk about how they gave him a paddle motion, too. Which, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm different from you guys. But to me, it just makes the character feel a hell of a lot more fun when we've got a battle motion attached to him. I absolutely love battle motions so much. All right, let's keep going here. What else we got? Why am I not talking about Tech Raditz? Tech Raditz is good. But Tech Raditz doesn't have the history of physical Raditz. That's the easy answer. Like, Tech Raditz is just he was if I remember correctly, he was a pretty good band unit who came out with AGL Bardock, because remember how brutal extreme tech characters used to be back in the day, and Raditz was really good for extreme tech, extreme super battle road. So Raditz was like a good band unit back then. But physical Raditz is known as the worst of all time, right? Great EZA and sub-EZAs. EZA is supposed to fill out teams, not be best units in the game. Yeah, although, again, with Raditz, I did kind of, it would have been sick if he was like top 5. Great example with Raditz on Vegeta and Nappa's team. Really high on the sub-EZAs. Wish they do it more. Yeah, dude, the sub-EZA thing is so weird to me because it really helped. Like, dude, like think about how much better it is because we have Nappa and Tech Raditz, man. Like, there's just so many opportunities, like, so many moments, so many opportunities where they should have done this and could have done this, right? Best written Dokkan unit of all time. I like that. Yeah. yeah. I love it. Worst unit in history is Tech Super Trunks. Dude, I love this guy. This is a very good player on Dokkan Twitter, and they are barking up my alley many times over. Yeah. I would say it's Raditz, but whew, this has got a lot of aura to it right here. Yeah. Fuck Tech Trunks, dude. God damn, I hate that guy. By the way, it's so funny. I remember it like it was yesterday when we were all talking about it. Because, okay, here, let me not spoil the surprise. If you know, you know what I'm about to mention. But, that Trunks and Gohan, they have a nice nifty little surprise for us. For whatever reason, Dokkan was out of their minds, I think, when they did this. These two characters, like, because it's a formula that determines the stat spread, their stat increase is going to be very minimal once they EZA. So it's like everything that they get, these two, it's got to be all passive. By the way, this character fucking sucked. He was terrible. This guy was, dude, never, ever, if you ever see anyone say, oh my god, 2026 still kind of so bad. Oh, 2023 all over again. They're LARPing. They're a Dokkan fucking LARPer. It's, when you go back and look at the 2023 characters, it is unreal how bad every character was. Except for a couple of, like, legendary major celebration. God Goku, 23rd World Tournament Goku, Piccolo Jr., right? The 8th anniversary LRs were mostly all great, right? Like, besides some of those big things, just, avalanche of horrible characters all year long, 2023. And especially that Super Trunks celebration. Oh my god, dude, it was so bad. Look at this guy. Dude, these fuckers don't fight with me when I tell you having to get hit is terrible. And having to get hit, he's like a slot 2 character who has to get hit to get defense. Oh my god, nothing worse, dude. Whew. At least he supports, though. That's cool. Crazy, man. Crazy. Oh, he stacks, though, guys. He stacks. Hopefully they EZA this guy with this guy. I mean, we could get our Android Cell Saga Dokkan Frontier lineup ready to go. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Bro, I love Dokkan Frontier. Give us some... Geppy, come on. Give us some more Dokkan Frontier, bruh. Let's get a little bit more Dokkan Frontier. Yeah, we're not... I just, you know, just spam Namek, Saiyan Saga, Android Cell Saga, like... Get these Dokkan Frontier lineups ready to go here, man. Just do it. Just do it. Can't wait. Well, supposedly, we're expecting a world tournament next weekend. 18th, 19th, 20th. Should be a world tournament. Can I be... I don't know who this character is. Is this from... Oh, well, it's... Okay. This is from the... Neptunia or something like that. It's got trophies. So I'd be interested in playing it. Okay. Oh, okay. A little JJK reference. We respect it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even... Basically, since GDC, there are very few flops, right? Like, very few flops. Like, well, let's just keep it to, like, you know, major EZAs and, like, major summonable releases. If we include both, there's very few flops. You know, I probably say, like, to me, like, Wrath Broly probably feels like one. He can destroy Festival, but he really, outside of that, is, I don't know. I'm 55%, don't have Vegeta and Nappa, so I haven't even EZA'd him. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the one thing, is it's just, you know, for Vegeta and Nappa's team. Yeah. Can't argue with that. No, he's saying no additional in slot 1. Sucks. Already has bad damage. Yeah, well, it's kind of... Okay, like... Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But, like, he's set up to do some good damage. That, like, you float him, and then he comes back in turn 1, or he comes back and you can put him in slot 1. He's very strong defensively. And you could do a God turn with Raditz as well. If you have his active skill, you could pop his active skill in slot 3, triggering all of this. And then put him in slot 1, and you've got all of this, right? So he, like, you can... EZA Raditz does have a God turn. Would have liked a supporter scouter. I mean, sure, a little supporter, a little scouter. What the hell? A new update in Dokkan. Yeah, fighting Sonic. Yeah, come on. We got to get a real mod of this going. And so Iron... Oh, dude, that... How cinema would that be? some really difficult, like, private server Sonic the Hedgehog boss, and it's just like Iron just cannot beat it, that would be hilarious. That'd be really funny. That would be very funny. Like being forced to summon physical rows. Yeah. Good. Not enough for be one of the best EZAs. Okay. Not enough damage output when he's on slot 3. I mean, that is true. He doesn't have that much compared to the top EZAs. One thing, too, that can be a little bit of an issue here is a lot of times you probably do want to be conservative with hanging on to this, right? So he needs to get hit a couple of times for his active, which, again, like, it's... If you're going to float him, you know, you're going to need to pray that the enemy hits a bunch back there. But even if the enemy does attack a lot in slot 3, I mean, remember that, you know, he does have a lot of dodge in slot 3 as well. So it can definitely be a little bit of an annoyance to try and get that active skill for him, right? 55% on his own lead. Okay. 55% for Raditz. But, I mean, yeah, like, you run him in slot 1, and he's able to tank really well. Yeah, this makes especially... Because he's going to have type advantage right here. So, the huge damage reduction plus guard, he's going to eat this up, I'm sure. Yeah. I think they did a good job with him. They did a good job with him. His cock is gargantuan. Yeah, here's him tanking Bio Broly. Top 3 TUR level. I don't know. I probably might put him over the Blues on a... The Blues? As in Blue Goku and Vegeta? I don't think I can get Raditz above them. Top 3 TUR. I wouldn't put him above Super EZA UI. Or Mini Goku, I'm pretty sure. Or... Oh, there's a... Oh. Well... Yeah, the Lord of the Game, Deborah. Who... I mean, word is now starting to get around to people. They understand that Deborah... You know, Deborah's top 5 and he's not 5. Oh boy, I mean, we might be engaging in top 1 Deborah talks before you know it, chat. Maybe. Just maybe, man. Just maybe. Top 3 TUR level feels a little high to me, but maybe. I haven't sat down and tried to, like, formulate a TUR list. I should, though. Yeah, he could hit some big numbers. 69% do have a support memory. Great EZA. With the likes of Int Majin Vegeta, Tech Pan, Inui. Yeah, Int Majin Vegeta probably feels a bit better, but Int Majin Vegeta also has a much nastier restriction than Raditz does. I view Raditz's restriction as barely even having restrictions, really. This stuff is very easy to have up. Right, whereas like Int Majin Vegeta, I mean, his intro condition is a little bit more of a concern, right? Wish he gave support. Nothing wrong with that. Being able to run strong supports is really helpful. Raditz, hell yeah, dude. How he works with the Dokkan Fest, one of the better designed EZA TURs we got in a recent memory. Cool. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, here we go. 2023 Dokkan. I guess we're going to spend a lot of time talking about that in this video. Yeah, so this guy is another, like, real... Like, he really flies under the radar of, like, the worst of all time. But what's funny about this is, remember, there was 3 base Gokus released in... So, February, we got one in June, and we got one in April, right? So within this couple of... It's within like a 100-day span. We have 3 base form Gokus, which is just ludicrous. But this guy really just escapes criticism because 23rd World Tournament Goku is like a legendary character. And Carnival Goku, I mean, if we include both his original release and his EZA, so is he. So 2 of the 3 were like all-time greats. And then this guy is like literally one of the worst characters of all time. He is. This guy was designed for that Cyberman AoE character event. That's what this guy's purpose was. This guy is so bad. But like, yeah, so lately, what Dokkan has been doing is, whoa, lock your units. Woo! SA10? Come on. Got to put the love into this. You got to at least lock them. Yeah, so the worst characters of all time, Dokkan has been given good EZAs to. And, legendary characters can get mid EZAs or bad EZAs. Like, Kale and Cleave had a bad EZA. Tech Ultimate Gohan and Orange Piccolo, I'd say they're like mid EZAs. Right? Definitely not super crazy. But some of these, like, really terrible characters, like, I would, be optimistic about this guy EZAing. And if this guy EZAs and he could be actually really good, which he never was when he first came out, that'd be cool, right? GOAT status with the new Dokkan Fest setup. Yup. Very true. Terrible. He should have been either straight dog shit for the memes or make him best unit in the game for the memes. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted. Nah, bro, the writing is terrible on that. He's just the worst of all time again. Nah. What, if he would have been best in the game, that would have been cinema. That's what we would have been looking for. Glad they gave a battle motion. I love that so much. Fed a solid meal, yup. Would have given him guard with a full Extreme Saiyan Saga, like, rotation? That's not asking too much, I don't think. They could have did that. Although, if they put that there, you'd really be wanting to try and put that in. Let me look at some quotes here. Just see what, if anyone has got some quotes here. Yeah, I probably would say I like Tech Pan a little bit better as well. Right, yeah, multiple turn support, Rainbow Orb changing. But, okay, so DKD likes him over Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta's really good. I mean, they're both really good. I think I would agree Tech Pan I like better. I probably like the role that she plays a little bit better than Physical Raditz, but yeah. Solid 8. Yeah, like an 8 out of 10. That does seem legit to me. Only thing holding him back is his teams, but he himself is a great EZA. I mean, the Vegeta Nappa team is pretty good. Because it's got Saiyan Saga and Accelerated Battle, which is a really good setup. Yeah. Let's see, you do have to summon and pull the new Dokkan Fest for him. That is definitely an issue. Well, alright guys, I figure we could probably end here. I just wanted to get some people's thoughts on what they thought. Get him from Baba? No. I usually am very conservative with the characters I tell people to get with coins. Raditz is not a character I'm telling people to get with coins. Definitely not. Big Celebration needs to drop so I can re-download. Yeah, so see, here's the thing. So, this is very common. And by the way, if you guys, there's nothing wrong with this, right? Play the game if you want to play the game, right? Like, if you want to play it like this, totally fine. Dokkan needs to make sure not to flop like they did with the 11th anniversary, right? Because that's when everyone is on the game, right? So it's like, this Vegeta Nappa celebration, like, we got these great EZAs, right? The Tao celebration was great. Baby celebration was great. But, like, no one's on the game comparatively in those time frames compared to the big celebrations. So it's like Dokkan, I mean, they need to make sure that they're hitting when everyone is actually on the game. Not like, oh yeah, great, the Tao celebration was so good. No one gave a fuck. No one was playing, right? Like, it's kind of the same thing right now. Like, it's like not a lot of people are on it right now. Never ended up pulling him, so he sucks. Makes sense, though. We looked it up, and it's, not since 2023. That is so crazy. Restrictions are fine for sub ECAs. I don't mind it, because I don't mind it at all. I feel like their restrictions are not really too bad at all. And Raditz is pretty good, too. Oh, damn. It would have been so crazy imagine if he was just hard number 1. It would have been so crazy. It would have been so crazy. Oh, we got this again. All right, yeah, we can end. So, let me know what you guys think. EZA Raditz, man. They definitely did cook up. I think he's quite good after his EZA. He's much improved. That's for sure.